Welcome to Akron Buzz, everyone. I'm your host, Sarah, and I get to hang out today with Beth McPherson. Hi, Beth. How are you?
Doing great.
Beth is a local children's author and illustrator, and she actually did both of these things for her new book called The Adventures of Rock and Flint and the Big New Jungle. So let's just dive right in. Tell us a little bit about the book and what it's about.
Yeah, so this book follows Rock and Flint, who are two cats, based on real cats that I actually had.
So fun.
And they're brothers. And in this book, they are moving, which is a pretty big change.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to follow them and all the things that they're going through and feeling with this big change. And, of course, being crazy cats, all the stuff that they get into,
right,
shenanigans they discover along the way. So
awesome. And we're going to get to hear a little bit of the story here in a little bit. But tell me, how did you get into writing? What inspired you to do this?
Well, years ago, I worked at a preschool, and I read a lot of children's books.
I'm sure. Every day, probably.
Yeah, I read a lot of really great children's books. And then I also read a lot of okay children's books.
Right.
And I found myself sort of editing them for the kids as I was reading them. I'm sure most parents can kind of relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this line is a little problematic.
Right.
And at the time, I had these two cats, Rock and Flint, and they were always getting into the craziest stuff. And I was inspired to write a story about them, something that would give kids space to feel things, give kids an opportunity to learn about empathy in a very non-threatening way. And also, since I was working in a preschool, I was drawing a lot, making all kinds of stuff for the kids. You know, they always had requests like, oh, I need you to draw this or this. So I can And I never considered myself very artsy, but that's the thing, you know, you try something and you do it, and
you found out that you really love doing it.
And I really love doing it. And I ended up illustrating the book, and and 6 years later, here it is.
I think that's so cool. I mean, I love when people just kind of like dive in and go for it and do it. And 6 years later, the book is here. We're gonna go ahead and read just the beginning portion of the book, so we inspire people to want to go out and grab it. So go ahead and do that.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So this is The Adventures of Rock and Flint in the Big New Jungle. This is Rock. And this is Flint, Rock's brother. Every day, Rock and Flint find a new way to have an adventure. This is based on something real that happened when they were playing with my yarn and made it into a tangled mess.
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, the shenanigans that inspired.
Yes.
One day, Rock and Flint wake up to find their house filled with boxes. Flint feels excited. Flint feels confident. Flint starts exploring right away.
Oh no.
But Rock feels unsure. Rock feels nervous. Rock is not ready to explore. Instead, he lets out a quiet. Flint knows that sound. He stops exploring and listens. Rock exclaims through shaky meows how the boxes seem too unsteady. Flint has an idea. With a little imagination, the wobbly tower becomes a mountain to climb. Rock feels heard. Rock feels safe. Now Rock is ready. Let the adventure begin. And find out the rest of the adventure?
Yes. I love that. And I love how you mentioned earlier, like you wanted this book to be a safe place for kids to kind of talk about their feelings about things. And I could see that already in the book, how, you know, a kid who might be nervous about moving or about any new adventure, this might give them an opportunity.
Yeah, and I think emphasizing that those feelings are normal and those feelings are okay. And it's not just about getting rid of them and moving on. It's about taking the time and space to process them.
Absolutely. So is this the end of the Adventures of Rock and Flint, or are we going to see more books in the future?
I think we're going to see more.
Nice.
I do have another one down the pipeline, but it's very early still.
Right.
Early enough where I don't know if I want to give a title or anything.
You don't have to, but we might see some more adventures,
Yes.
so that's exciting.
Yeah, there are many crazy things that these cats got into. I have a lot of inspiration to work from.
I love that. I love that they came from your real pets too.
Yeah.
I had a brother-sister pair of pets that I had 14 years that passed away last year. And I could see actually going back and thinking about some of their adventures and that being very sweet to reminisce about that. So let's share how people can get a hold of the book if they want to finish the story.
Right, definitely. If you log on to www.rock, that's R-O-C, and Flint, Flint.com.
Okay.
You can actually read the book 100% for free on the website.
Oh, that's so sweet.
If you go to the virtual library, it lets you flip through.
Oh, great.
And then you can also, you can obviously buy the book there, but you can also download lots of little printable activities. They're all there for, free download and everything.
That's wonderful.
Fun little pre-reading stuff and just activities for kids.
That's great. So rockandflint.com. Perfect. And then if people want to follow your adventures in being an author and the Adventures of Rock and Flint, how can they find you on social media? And
so I'm on Instagram and Facebook at
Great.
The Adventures of Rock and Flint.
Awesome. That's perfect. I love it. All right. So if you wanted to teach kids just one lesson from this book, one thing that you want to leave them with as we wrap up this interview, what's one thing that you would want to leave people with?
I would say the main thing being that feeling nervous is okay.
Yep.
And that all it takes when you're feeling nervous is just someone to sit and listen.
Right. Being able to express those feelings. Absolutely. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Beth, for being here with me today. It's so fun. It's such a cute book. I love the idea. I can't wait to see more adventures and read this one with my daughters as well. I appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I had a great time here on Akron Buzz. We hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and check out our brand new Roku channel. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.